Hello and welcome back to the Winter Disco channel. In this video we are checking out the 4 new models that have been announced from Games Workshop for 9th edition for the Space Marines and the Necrons. So in yesterday's face-off, where Games Workshop pitted a whole bunch of units up from the Indomitus box set against each other, which was an interesting way to do it. I was hoping it was going to be a game, but difficult times. They also announced 4 new models, 2 Space Marines and 2 Necrons. So we're going to have a quick look through those. I'm not going to do it in the order that they released. I'm going to do it in a different order because I want to save the good ones for last. So first up, we have a new Techmarine, Primaris Techmarine. It is a beautiful boy. I really have a fascination with the Techmarines with their cybernetic augmentations, and this one really pushes it. One of the biggest things, other than the axe and the extra arm, is just that chest plate. There's just so much extra goodness added on there. Cables and wires and rivets. I love it. One thing I really do like is, and with the Techmarines, they always seem to do this, is the extra bits and pieces they stick on the armor. So little bits of extra paneling, little bits that jut out, and I really love that. You also have the left arm outstretched and mimicking, well, the augmented arm is mimicking his normal arm, which is really cool. And of course the axe is always awesome, with this giant wrench on the backside of it, which I always thought was funny, but I could see him getting in, a wheel's gone off. Oh crap, we have to screw it back on. He just throws his axe on it and does it. I think that's really cool. The helmet itself is really, really nice. The nose section of it is a bit weird, but that's fine. I love the extra cabling and conduits and things like that. So so we have 2 heads, and the bear head is I don't really know how to describe that. I'm getting very much a Terminator vibe, almost like this metal skull going on. And I do love how it's tying into that post-human cybernetic type thing. So he has basically an entire attachment clamped to his head. It's almost like half his face has been taken off and just a metal skull put on. So that's really cool. And it looks like they have either a heavy bolter, I think it's a heavy bolter, or possibly a big bolt rifle attached to the backpack, and again with the extra arm. It looks like he has I think that's a grav gun in this image. I'm not 100% sure, but I really like this one. I'm definitely going to pick one up at some stage. So the Silent King was the first model that they showed off, and it's one that we've seen hints of and glimpses on in the back of images, and few other places. They did a video where they just showed little bits of it, but now we see the boy, the most feared person in all of the universe, because let's be honest, the Silent King is probably more important than the Emperor. I know I'm a filthy heretic for saying that, and I'm sure the Inquisition is going to be kicking down my door, but the Silent King is super important. He's been missing for 1,000,000 years. He killed gods. He overtook the entire galaxy. He's kind of a big deal. So of course he has a floating podium that he just floats around on and doesn't speak. He has his 2 offsiders there, which look really cool, particularly the one on the left-hand side with its single eye. I really love that. And then we have the Catan, or Satan, depends how you want to pronounce it. I'm going to say Catan. Trapped Catan, a god. He's literally trapped a god in this machine to power it. And it's amazing. I love the 2... what are we going to call them? I don't even have a name yet. Glyphs? I want to call them glyphs. Probably not even called that at all, but I love that. How they play in the game, really don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I just love that they're just floating around. Likely they're going to absorb a lot of damage and you have to defeat them before you can actually attack the Silent King. I'm really interested to see what the Silent King can do in a game. I imagine it's going to be a mix of this machine that he's on with the 2 glyphs and his actual powers, channeling the imprisoned Catan. It's just this pose. It's like, you will kneel, you will bend the knee, getting a little bit of Games of Thrones there. And we have a whole bunch of other images as well that shows off all of that. His cape is just ridiculous. What's going on there? No wonder he has a big podium to walk on, since that cloak's going to be dragging in the ground, and I would not think that he would allow his cloak to be dragging in the ground. He's that kind of person. And here we have this fella here, who I love the single eye Necron faces. I love it, and have the staves as well. It's really cool. I really do like that model. there's something about this model that I think it looks flippin' huge. I've got no idea how much it's going to cost in points or money-wise, but it's very much this centerpiece of an army. I can just see it just lurking in the background of an army, just sitting there, just being imposing. Just the sheer fact of it being there is a deterrent. And of course, it was rumored, there was some leaks about this one, but we have a Chaplain on bike. What can you say about a Chaplain on a bike? It is so iconic for a 40k model and for Space Marines. Even from the 90s, I was like, no, Chaplain on a bike is just badass. Just the only thing missing from this model is instead of the front wheel being on some rock, it should be on like a filthy heretic or a dead orc body. And if I get this, I think that's how I'm going to convert it. He's just gone up, he's just surveying the battle and just like, yeah, look at my skull helmet. I've got a giant book chained to my bike. I love it. It is a typical Chaplain pose with the Crozius held up in the air, and that Crozius is beefy. That's just going to take someone's head off. It could almost be the size of a human torso. That's how big it is. I'd like to see some measurements or this model up against some like normal human size models to see how it is. I mean, I think everyone does love the idea of the Chaplains, particularly in their black and gold armor with the skull helmets. They take no fools. They don't ask questions. They whack you in the head and that's it. And then if you do say something, they'll whack you some more. So I'm definitely going to pick this model up. I just absolutely love the pose. And the armor, the chest armor, it's different to what you normally would get. It's sort of this reminiscent of steel or iron plate armor, which is really cool. I do like it. So, I mean, what else can you say about it? If you haven't checked out the full video, like some of the video has been showing in the background of this, check it out. The voiceover is very nice, talking about how there's no safety features at all on this bike. I'd love it. Like seriously, I have to go back to the book. Just how it's changed the bike. it is just ridiculous. This just screams 40k to me. I feel you can add some more stuff to it. I think adding some extra skulls on chains down the side of the bike, on the front there and from the motor, at the back of the exhaust and things like that. You could do some really cool stuff with it. But yeah, definitely the number one conversion, I should say, is putting a heretic under that wheel. He's just parked up on him. Doesn't even care. I love that. Finally, we have, this is a big deal. Like the Silent King coming back, massive deal. But this one is even bigger. We have a shard of the Catan known as the Void Dragon. So if you don't know the lore, the Void Dragon, the story goes that it's actually trapped in the middle of Mars, in the core of Mars. And I hope I haven't got that wrong, but this is a shard of it. And when the original image came out, it was an image full of a whole bunch of different models. And spoiler, there's at least one model in that image that has not been revealed yet. It's a sneaky, creepy boy in the background lurking around. And I'm in love with that model. I'm really excited to see what that one actually is. But we're talking about this one. Everyone assumed it was something to do with the Void Dragon. The fact that it has this giant metal tail, it has no face like a void. It kind of has these amazingly metal wings and almost these metal stone horns coming out of its head. It is a beautiful, beautiful model, very intricate. You can do some amazing paintwork on this. So I'm very excited to get my hands on it. It's a big boy. It's a big boy. It's almost like definitely again, a centerpiece for a Necron army. And there seems to be a lot of models like that. You have the Silent King, now the Void Dragon shard or whatever the model's actually called. And there's a few other bits and pieces that are almost like centerpieces. Even the, what's it called? Illuminor Ceras. I'm actually looking at the model right now. If you want to see a video of that, up in the card right now, of an unbox and a build of the model, that's almost a centerpiece itself. There's a lot of big attention-grabbing models for the Necron range, which I think is really cool. And I think there's still a new monolith coming out, and we have the terrain that got announced as well. So that's all I'm going to say for this video. I really do like the new models. Like, the Techmarine is brilliant. The Chaplain is just a badass Chaplain. If anything, Chaplain probably is one of my favorite models from this announcement, but I think it could do with some more stuff. some more craziness, more grimdark stuff coming on, why not also put a skeleton on there? Just tiny skeleton, why not? The Silent King and the Void Dragon, if that's what we're calling it. I want to get all of them. I have to mortgage my house for that, but very good. So tell me in the comments below, what is your favorite model out of these? And we will have a bit of a chat. And if you have liked this video, definitely like it and give a good old subscribe. Click that subscribe button because I'm trying to get videos out as soon as there's announcements for 40k stuff. But in the meantime, thank you for watching.